Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and while it's halftime of the Cowboys game, I want to come on here and recap Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions. First game of the NFL Thanksgiving slate for today. Green Bay defeats Detroit 31-24. Big game from Jordan Love. Gutsy call by Matt LaFleur to go for it on fourth down. A great throw, but an even better catch by Malik Heath. I feel like he's honestly their best receiver, and they kind of forget about him at times. But yeah, he had a pretty good game, but Jordan Love was fantastic. You know, kind of been critical of this Green Bay offense, but they were a lot better today than they've previously been. Jordan Love had a 4-touchdown game. Josh Jacobs ran the ball well. No, Dontavian Wicks, I feel like their best receiver. Not Malik Heath, I'm a moron. I meant Dontavian Wicks. But yeah, he had a great game. Christian Watson, had a good game. You know, I think he was towards ACL last year, if I'm not mistaken. He was on injured reserve for most of the season. He came back, which really helps their receiving core. But yeah, as for Detroit, man, look, I like Dan Campbell. I think he's a good coach. It's going to be first few minutes of the video. But this was a great game, a great way to start the Thanksgiving slate. Dan Campbell's a good coach. But look, he needs to stop with the fourth down gimmick. There's not a single reason to not kick a field goal on 4th and 3. Reckless ruins gains for Lions for the sake of maintaining his identity. It's 4th and 3 and he dropped the ball. Williams. It wasn't a great throw, though, so I don't know, man. That play is not a great example to make this point with, but you get what I'm saying. I don't mean on that 4th and 3 play in general, because he was open. Jared Goff just didn't make the best throw. But I'm just talking about 4th downs in general. He just goes for him way too much instead of taking the points, which hurts him at the end of these ball games. It's that Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down anywhere on the field. I'll fucking do it again. That mean, man, Dan Campbell's a genius coach, man. I love the gamble. Meanwhile, he does this crap on 4th and 3, a halfback dive. Okay, if you want to call a run play on 4th and short, okay, at least call it from under center. I hate 4th and short calls where they run the ball from shotgun. How many times have I said this? I hate when teams do that. It doesn't work. But to be fair, it also wasn't even his call. Jared Goff checked out of it for some reason and decided to call a halfback dive or inside zone, halfback dive. Goff called the audible for some reason. But why would you even audible to that? Inside zone or whatever? Come on. You don't run that on 4th and 3. I'm sorry. If it's 4th and 3, what the hell are you doing a inside zone for when you really weren't able to run the ball pretty much most of this game? Some of the decisions the Detroit Lions make as a football team need to be studied, because a lot of that shit don't make sense. 3rd and 4th down and running with Gibbs straight at Micah is just crazy to me. It's just brutal. Kick the field goal in these situations, man. He went for it on 4th down instead of kicking a field goal and going up 3 scores late in the 3rd to go to the Super Bowl. Nothing is really surprising anymore. It's just stupid. Man, so glad. Lions fans, man, they're so glad Dan Campbell took the play calling back just to do that shit on 4th down. But anyways, yeah, just terrible play calling, but not surprised. Terrible decision making, like him calling plays, halfback dive, halfback dive, halfback dive, halfback dive. I'm not saying fire Dan Campbell or anything crazy like that, but it's time to stop blowing smoke up his ass. Stubbornly sticking to going for it on 4th down, it's not working. Kick some field goals. It's fair to criticize him, especially if this team doesn't make the playoffs, which, who knows, they might not make the playoffs, we'll see. But Dan Campbell is not good enough at managing a game or calling plays to split time doing both. That's just my opinion. I respect what Dan Campbell has done in Detroit, but this refusal to take the points is once again going to be the downfall of the Lions. There's being aggressive and just being plain stupid. That's just being plain stupid. But yeah, now just take the field goal. Just kick the field goal, man. But enough about Dan Campbell. Let's talk about Jordan Love. What a game today from Jordan Love, man. Game, he kind of been that Packers offense kind of been a struggle bus. They played a lot better today. He went 18 of 30, 234, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Fantastic game from Jordan Love, man. He spoiled Thanksgiving in Detroit. Just another day in the office there for Jordan Love. Lions defense wasn't great today. But yeah, fantastic game from Jordan Love, man. And he made a nice throw there to end the game, and a nice catch by Dontavian Wicks. Yeah, fantastic game from Jordan Love there. 18 of 30, 234, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. It was just under control this whole football game, man. Now, last few weeks of the Packers just hasn't been fun to watch offensively. You know, people have been criticizing Jordan Love. And he showed up today, I thought. Josh Jacobs, 17 runs, 83 yards, 4.9 yards per carry. He returned this week after missing last week. Great game from Josh Jacobs, I thought. Dontavian Wicks, 6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, made a nice catch. Crazy catch to end the ball game. I feel like he's their best receiver. They kind of tend to forget about him at times, but I feel like he's their best receiver. Tommy! Christian Watson, 4 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Musgrave, 1 catch, 23 yards, and Dobbs, 4 catches, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, Micah Parsons, GGM. 2.5 sacks for Micah Parsons in this ball game. First player in NFL history to have 12-plus sacks in each of his first 5 NFL seasons, man. What a trade this was, obviously. But yeah, he had 2.5 sacks today. What a year he's having. Half a sack from Enagbayer, and 1 of 1 on field goals by McManus. For Detroit, Jared Goff, 20 of 26, 256, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions by Jared Goff. You know, he's having a good year, man. Like, he now has, 10 touchdowns on Thanksgiving? The most by any QB without an INT. But he's just such a statue, man, at times. He did have a 24-yard run, but most of the time he's such a statue in the pocket. But he still had a solid game. The thing was they really weren't able to run the ball. Gibbs, 20 runs, 68 yards, 3.4 yards per carry. He's having a really good year, though. It's just the Packers' run defense was good today. Montgomery, 8 runs, 32 yards, 4.0 carry, and a touchdown. And he also had 2 catches for 16 yards. Jameson Williams, 7 catches, 144 and a touchdown. Kennedy, 4 catches, 36 yards. Tesla, 2 catches, 35 yards. The Carter with a touchdown. Gibbs, 3 catches, 18 yards. And Montgomery, 2 catches, 16 yards. Defensively, 1 forced fumble by DJ Reed. But besides that, really nothing defensively, man. They were pretty bad all day. Bates, 1 for 1 on field goals. He's a damn good kicker, but if they aren't going to kick field goals, I don't even know why he's on the roster. But yeah, the Packers improved to 8, 3, and 1. They had 3 in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter, 14 in the third quarter, none in the fourth quarter. But they had a fantastic catch to end the ball game there. 2 huge third downs they converted. Detroit drops to 7-5. They had 0 in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, and 3 in the fourth quarter. 31-24 your final score. Green Bay had 359 total yards, 234 passing, 125 rushing, 6 yards a play, 18 first down, 6 of 12 on third down. But they were 3 for 3 on fourth down. They ran 60 total plays, no sacks, allowed 2 punts, 3 penalties, no fumbles, no reception, 28 minutes of time possession for the Lions, 352 total, 233 passing, 119 rushing, 5 yards a play, 20 first downs, 8 of 13 on third down. 0 for 2 on fourth down compared to the Packers, 3 for 3. They ran 60 total plays. They got sacked 3 times, 2 punts. 5 penalties, no fumbles, no interceptions, 31 minutes of time possession. But this was a fantastic game, man. But yeah, this was a fantastic game to watch, man. The Packers get a 31-24 win, division rivalry. Huge win for Green Bay. A much, much needed win. Micah Parsons was a beast, 2.5 sacks. Jordan Love had a great game. And now they're set up for a big game against the Chicago Bears next Sunday. At home, that's going to be a hell of a game. Ben Johnson and really turned Chicago around, man. And Green Bay, that's going to be a monster showdown for the battle of that division. But yeah, that's all I got to say here, man. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace, and I'll see you guys for the Cowboys Chiefs in a little bit.